Frisbee golf is a fun game that anyone can play. It doesn't need any specialist kit other than a frisbee. You can do it in any piece of land, but there are courses for us to use. Here we go from the tee, which is where we start off, and we're aiming at the hole. So it's just like normal golf. The hole in Frisbee golf is called a disc catcher, and it's as simple as the fewest number of throws into the disc catcher is the winner. Spin, hold the frisbee in one hand, hold your wrist with the opposite hand, and snap your wrist to get as much spin as possible. To hold the frisbee, put your thumb along the ridge, your forefinger along the outside edge, and spread your three fingers out on the underneath to help balance the frisbee out. When throwing, step into the throw, swing your arm across your chest, and release the frisbee when your arm is pointing at the target. Keep your head up and looking at the target, and don't forget to snap your wrist to generate as much spin as possible to keep the frisbee flying in a straight line. For the forehand throw, you need to pinch the ridge of the frisbee between your thumb and your index finger, allowing the frisbee to balance over your pointer finger. Then, as you're stepping into the throw, you need to snap your wrist forward to generate as much spin as possible. For the hammer, you're going to hold your fingers on the inside of the frisbee with your thumb along the outside ridge. Hold it behind your head and throw it forwards, upside down at an angle of 45 degrees. Sometimes there might be an obstacle in your way, like a tree. So you need to bend your frisbee around the obstacle. To do this, on our backhand throw, simply angle the frisbee sloping down to the right as you release the frisbee. To curve the frisbee in the opposite direction, simply angle the frisbee down in the opposite way. So in this case, I'm angling the frisbee down to my left. Although not part of frisbee golf, learning how to catch the frisbee properly is always useful. A couple of different ways of doing this. We have the crocodile catch, which is clapping your hands, one hand above and below the frisbee. The second catch is the crab catch. This is when the frisbee is above your head, where you're using both hands and pinching the frisbee out of the air like a crab. This can also be combined with a jump. A fun game is to try and catch your own frisbee. Throw it high into the air at a high angle, keep your eye on it, run forward and try and catch it. To play frisbee golf, you don't need any real specialist equipment, just a normal frisbee will do. However, if you want to get really good at it, there are specialist discs out there. We have putters, mid-range discs and drivers. Drivers are excellent at long distance, mid-range bend and are a lot more for getting around obstacles, and putters that are excellent over very short distance. Every hole has a tee. The tee is where we first throw our frisbee from. There's a post likely to have some specialist instructions telling us how many shots it should take us to do this, whether or not there's any out of bounds areas, or if any spotters are required. Disc catchers are usually used of metal with chains with a basket underneath. You throw the disc hard against the chains and it drops into the basket. Of course, if you don't have a disc catcher, you can use anything. You can use trees, benches or lampposts, anything to make up your course. There are 4 permanent frisbee golf courses in the Glasgow area: the Arc near Milton, Springburn Park, Rock Hill Park and of course Ross Hall Park, where most of the footage you've seen today was filmed.